Welcome in, everybody. I am GpaSilverMane. In this video, I'm going to cover Pocket Dimension and how I did on my free-to-play and as well as my main account. And I'm going to talk about the punk rocker, none other than Spider-Punk, and the rock and roll event. It is here. I'm going hard. I'm spending the 1500 core refresh, so I'm going to talk about that on my free-to-play as well as my main account. I want to start this video off by opening up a couple Rebel Orbs on both accounts, see if we get any lucky drops. Oftentimes when I'm making a video and I open Orbs, I seem to have better drops. Definitely like and subscribe. Like if you like the content. Subscribe those so you see other videos when I post them. As well as comment down below. How did you do? What do you think of this event? The story to me was actually, it got me laughing several times. I'm kind of burnt out on seeing Deadpool as the villain in these campaigns and such, or games and such. I know, what is it, Marvel Future Revolution, he's the villain, or he's like the speaker guy, the funny comedian guy in the arena, as part of the main storyline and such. So I'm just kind of burnt out on the whole Deadpool thing. I was hoping to see something else. I tried looking for hints throughout the campaign, who the characters they used on defense were. And the only thing I can come to, which they've already announced, is the reworked Black Panther, the Wakandans and such, and other characters getting that Wakandan tag. So him being used in some of these events, that's probably why. He's going to get that much better. And if you invest into him for Pocket Dimension, it's just going to improve him that much more once they do the rework and bring his kit and his base stats up to where they need to be anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and dive in here. There's also a Discord link in the description below. Hit us up over there. That way you can do some brag standing, post some pictures of how you're doing. Socialize with my community. Our Marvel Strike Force community on the Discord is wonderful, helpful, fun. It makes it interesting. It's totally a different environment. Ooh, like I said, the luck, man. So I got more shards right there than I was able to get from playing the campaigns. And I'm going to cover the campaign, how far I got, and what team I used. This is going to save us some alliance credit, or war credits, rather. That's a wonderful drop. Yes, please. Alright, so I want to hop on my main here and open up these 4. And I've seen in these last 2 events, when you're opening 2 orbs at a time, it seems to give you better drops. At least to me, it seemed like I was getting 12 or 16 shards every single time I'd open 2 orbs, as opposed 1 at a time and such. Oh my goodness. 37, so that puts him at a 4-star already. Because I did buy his $50 pack. I'm going hard. I got Ghost again. That's kind of crazy. Crazy wonderful, really. Let's go ahead and look in here and see what other characters they're offering, actually. This is interesting. Wonderful, wonderful. She's key to that team in a way. She's got big hills. Wonderful. But they're Blitz characters again. Arena Store war credits. That's wonderful. Axemen are huge for raids. This is a phenomenal orb in my opinion. Mantis sounds like they might be getting a rework with Star-Lord and everything. At least I'm hoping. Guardians of the Galaxy, they got some movies coming out, as well as Heroes for Hire. You got Infinity Watch characters. This one is still unfarmable, so this would be probably the best character in here, Moondragon. Phenomenal, 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 phenomenal. Shocker is what Shocker is, but Pyro is a War Store's character, which is kind of rough. He was one of the few that I left to the very end because I usually sub Ultron or a better damage dealer than him for Brotherhood 2.0. Amazing character. Saving you arena credits. Amazing for payday event. And then obviously punk rocker himself, Spider-Punk. So that orb is actually really, really good in my opinion. I'm liking it. Alright. So let's go ahead and jump out here and check out this campaign. I do want to start on my free-to-play account and talk about this. We'll do Pocket Dimension second. I just want to do these both together because there just isn't very much content on both of them. If you haven't already seen my other video, definitely check it out. I hit the nail right on the head. And exactly what I thought would happen is happening. So definitely check that video out and it kind of talk you through what's going on with your account as well, probably. I was actually able to play the hard nodes. 5 of them I got through. This first one's about a joke, and they give you 3 web warriors. And it's not inspiring me to invest in any of them because it was actually very, very difficult. I beat it. You want to focus Electro first, whereas on my main account I focused Doc Ock first. And I still beat it, but only with 2 characters left, and for some reason it gave me 3 stars. So on this account, I actually had half health bars on 2 of the characters, and then Scarlet was about dead. But I focused Electro first. Started on Electro. So we got to here. The team I'm using is right here. My Axemen. And that's who you should be farming before Web Warriors came in. And now that Web Warriors are coming in, they're both really good. You can still farm these characters as where Web Warriors are kind of going to get what you get, and hopefully they get put into good places sooner rather than later. But as they are the best raid team currently, Doom 2, you know what I mean? They're just a phenomenal raid team. I can't see them going to easy access locations. Quite honestly, I could see somebody in the war store. Maybe a whole new currency store I could see coming. But those are the 5 I used, those 4, and Scarlet Spider. And then I went ahead and I went in here and I played it, unlocked the 5 I had already beat for auto win here, and I just finished it up because you're actually getting the same amount of orb fragments for these first, I think it's the first 4 or 5 nodes. And then I just auto won what I could, and now I'm right here. So hopefully I'll be able to push further because that's where the shards are. I'm leaving, I think, 14 shards on the table, 5 here, 2, 2, and 5. So 14 more shards on the table currently if I'm able to complete the hard campaign. Now that last node is quite insane, whereas Emma Frost has a taunt and you can't get rid of it for like 3 turns, and I tried my butt off, man. And she had 3 evades with taunt or something, and you can't hit her or anything. It's just crazy. I mean, and then they drop the cloak and dagger on you after you get through the Shatterstar, the Dad Bros long shot. It's gnarly node. It's awesome. The storyline was great. It got me laughing, like I said. I really, really enjoyed it. And just reading through it, it was actually enjoyable and actually pertained to Spider-Punk, in my opinion. It was about concerts, jamming out. Deadpool wanted to be the drummer. You know, he loved banging on the bass. Stuff like that. It was quite wonderful, in my opinion. This guy's amazing. He holds the guitar up at the end. He slides on his knees when he gets the final kill or something. I don't know if he does that often, but that's one of the main things I've seen. He's just, out of all the spiders that came, yes, they look good and all, but he's the one that stands out to me, and I'm really, really liking him. Really, really loving him, actually. So when you complete this, it gives you all the other ones 3 stars, so you can go back and play them. Now, on the Cersei one, I was only able to do the easy, and if you're at that on Spider-Punk, I'm sorry, you probably won't be unlocking them. And I actually played into medium nodes up to like the 5th node, and I had all these pretty much maxed out from refreshing them on the Cersei, and I still came up 3 shards short. So if that is the case, a lot of people out there are saying Spider-Punk is the least necessary. In my opinion, he's very, very necessary from his crit rate. But, you know, it is what it is. Everybody's got their own opinion and such. So this is by far my favorite character, and I'm hoping to get him to 6 star. I'm going to try my butt off. I just did the 50 core refreshes on the campaign here on my free-to-play up to the 100. I stopped at the hundreds, and that's what I'm going to do for the whole event for my free-to-play. Jumping over to my main account, my level 85 here, I went a little bit harder, and as you can see, I've already got him at a 4 star. I don't think he has the rebel trait, does he? He does. Alright, so I've been building him. We just got him to a 4 star. I'm going to save my gold because I'm investing into characters for Pocket Dimension and everything else. It's just hard saying what I'm going to do at this point. But I got a 5 red. I'm going to at least get him to a 5. I'm going to push for a 6, hopefully. Let me look here real quick. So what I did is I did the 50s and the 100 core refreshes. Now, I might have to cut off the 100 core refreshes because I had to spend a ton of cores for Pocket Dimension. And I'm going to explain why and what I spent them on. And it's not refreshing the characters as much as some other stuff. But I played through the whole hard campaign. It was a cakewalk. Literally, the only people that took a turn was Jubilee and Beast. I think I got 1 or 2 turns from Negasonic throughout the whole campaign. And I think I got 3 turns from Captain America Sam. Otherwise, Jubilee and Beast just kept going back and forth. Because every time you kill someone, their turn meter boosts up. And it seemed like they just constantly were... Their turn meters were spun. So I just kept going turn after turn after turn with Beast and Jubilee. And the opponents rarely got a turn. So it was just so easy. And I used Ghost. I didn't use Fire Lavelle. I wanted to try out Polaris, I thought about. But essentially Beast and Jubilee were the MVPs of that. And I got really big Beast and Jubilee. So it's just kind of a cakewalk, essentially. And then it unlocks the rest. But that is the team I used. I want to jump over and talk about Pocket Dimension. Now, like I said, I'm going hard for Spider-Punk. As hard as I can, as fast as I can. He is my favorite out of all the Web Warriors that we got into the game. Other than OG Spider-Man, obviously. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk Pocket Dimension here on my free-to-play account. And I had made that video earlier today about 8 hours before this event dropped. And I was going to make a video covering Spider-Punk's event campaign. But it's just, there's nothing to talk about, really. It's, you're kind of, if you're new to mid-game, you got to use what you got for character selection that have the Rebel trait. And then, obviously, if you're in-game, you're just going to walk your way through it, mash through it, you know what I mean? So the storyline was quite phenomenal, and I'm grateful that Scopely took the time to make an actual good storyline for it. It's to me, it's PvE content, and I really, really enjoy it. So here we are on my free-to-play. As you can see, I'm at the first node, and I have 2 characters. They have to be level 65, I do believe, to get into this. Let's go double-check here with Panther and Miles. Yeah, level 65 is what they're required to get in. I want to show off my options here again, the Resolute. And I was planning on using these 4 and Misty Knight. Now, if they're not level 65, you can't use them. And you've got to have 5 characters to launch the fight. I did not know this. It just says, if you go over and look at the events tab, nowhere does it say this. And I literally had to guess. I just went in and started leveling characters to 65, and finally it let me in. I guess I was supposed to have assumed that, because they didn't tell you anywhere. I actually found it in the mail. That's where it was. Pocket Dimension. Commanders level 65 plus can enter. The only requirement is 5 characters with the limited time Resolute trait. Not 5 characters level 65 with the limited time Resolute trait. Commander level 65, I have that. 5 characters with the Resolute trait, I have that. Nowhere else does it say. So, that was kind of misleading. It was rough. And as you can see, I'm not going to mess with this at all whatsoever. I'm not going to level up characters I don't want to beat one node. And quite honestly, it's not easy. Pocket Dimension, like I said, it's not going to be easy. On my 2-year-old account, I couldn't even beat the first run through unless I chose to spend a ton more cores. And I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to take my time with it, get my two completion runs. I will be able to beat it both times, but I'm going to try to core as little as I can, essentially. Alright, let's jump on my main account and go over what happened here, because this is kind of crazy, right? So I started off with over 7,000 power cores on my main account here. You're like, where did over 2,000 power cores go, right? So I went in, and I want to pull this up here real quick. Roster, Resolute. Alright, so he was down at like level 50. And I went to start it, and it only showed me 4 characters. I'm like, what's going on here, right? And I don't have much gold because I've been leveling characters for his event, milestone event and such, as I need to, right? I've just been spending my gold and having fun and playing the game. I couldn't launch it. I couldn't start it, so I'm like, what the heck? I look up, I got about, I don't know, 500k in gold. It literally took me buying 4 gold orbs for power cores to get 700, and I think I got 820k out of the gold orbs, which was actually really good. But then I had to put over 700,000 to get him to level 60. And when I started the Pocket Dimension, he was actually like 18,000 power or something like that. Really, really low, right? And he was able to live through the first couple because I was able just to kill stuff, have the defense up and the taunts from his minions. Honestly, damage. They couldn't hurt her till the last node. They finally killed her. That was the first time she ever died. He put out the tons of damage. They did so much damage. The defense ups, you spawn with defense up for 2 turns, which is phenomenal. You can't stack more, so there's no reason to spam her defense up. But her heals came in crucial, as well as her heal block. I didn't really use the heal block a whole lot, other than when I had to, obviously. And I didn't need it strategically, but I did need the heals, as well as the defense up once it wore out. The defense up that she applied to his minions was phenomenal. This guy right here, summoning his minions, saved him and saved so many. It prolonged me so far into it. It was unreal. He really shined more than I thought he would, honestly. As well as their cleanse on the basic attack for the minions and such, the cleansing of the positive effects on enemies is phenomenal in Dark Dimension. Alright, so what ended up happening is I bought those. I ranked them up to level 65, rather. And it was just insane, right? I finally was able to get in. So there went, what would that be, 1,800 power cores down the drain. And then, they, for some reason, they go over here, and it was over here, the Pocket Dimension. They go and move it to confuse you a little bit more. And I go in. So I'm on the last node. I wasn't able to complete it, but everything, I burned through these pretty much. It was quite phenomenal. My attack history. This, oh, he was 32k. Okay. So that's after I took him up to 65. He was at like 18k when I started investing into him. And then we move through it. You'll see him get a little bit stronger here as we're going. 44k. Because I would use the 150 reward and invest into him a level or some gear and such. He's up to 44 now. 45. And we just keep moving through. $47 is what we bumped him up to here. And we were able to one-shot all the nodes. But we did have to heal people. The first hard node was actually with the Fury as the enemy. Or, yeah, Fury and Shield. That team just was attack after attack. It seemed like they were borderline heroes for hire on war defense. They just kept going and going. So I ended up spending 100 cores once to refresh 2 characters. And then I spent 300 cores to revive 3 characters. And I spent a total of 400 cores and 100 health packs to get to this final node. And then I went in here and I went 1.36. Oh. So I spent 400 cores and 100 health packs to get to the final node. And then I went in here and did 1.36 million. Now what I learned from this was, essentially, don't spend your power cores so willy-nilly, okay? Because this is going to last for 7 days. You got to beat it twice in 7 days. Upon beating it the first time, you have to wait for a 24-hour cooldown, right? So tonight at midnight, it's going to reset for me here in about 2 hours. I'll be able to probably finish this node, I'm hoping. If not, I'll finish it the 3rd day. And then it'll take its 24-hour time set down, and then I'll go into the time run. And that's when I would use power cores to advance. I wouldn't spend any more than the 50 power core refreshes if it's going to get you a node or 2 more. I would not be spending the hundreds and such, in my personal opinion. Is the rewards worth coring this? 100% if you can complete it both runs. Because the rewards that you're getting for 100%ing it are astronomical, essentially. First time run rewards. Just these pieces here are worth it. Coring this whole event over and over. Spending 5,000 cores, it's worth it. A full piece of teal gear is, I don't know, 10,000 cores value, maybe more. So, and then you're getting all this as well. These promo credits are worth tons of cores. Absolutely core it. But like, for my free-to-play account and for anybody that's only like a year into the game, honestly, you're probably not going to be able to beat this. So, if you tried it and you only got a couple nodes or you're stuck somewhere and you can't afford to spend tons and tons of cores, bear in mind this last node is so hard, okay? You're hitting people and these guys are constantly shooting you with offense up from him. And then he's pulling taunt. They're throwing heal blocks, so you're sure he's no longer able to heal. As well as she's throwing heals on people, making them invisible as they get hurt. So you kind of got to take the abuse from everybody while killing these 2 first. Or him. And then these 2. And then go after Ultron. Whereas I focused Ultron instantly the whole time. Except when he pulled taunt, I went and cleared it. And then I went back to Ultron. Then she made him invisible, etc. So I started killing these 2. I got 1 down, essentially. I'd probably say you want to go after these 2 first, in my personal opinion, to get them off the board. Because that's just so much damage they're putting out. Every time you attack an enemy, any of these characters you attack once, they both shoot you in the face. And they have offense up from this Merc Lieutenant. So, just a few thoughts. Comment down below. Definitely check out Discord. Let me know how you did, what team you used. If I missed anything, that way we can help the community that sees this video. Definitely comment down below and check out Discord. Thumbs it up, subscribe. I hope you're enjoying this. This is fun and interesting for my in-game account, and it really seems like they're just giving us these resources, or giving us a way to get these resources to get into DD5, at least to start it. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of easing up on that teal gear a little bit. And it's fun. It's something different. They're giving us rewards for playing Dark Dimensions. I made a video way back when asking them to put out like a weekly payout, even if it was like a gold orb or 2 for playing these Dark Dimensions all the way through again. Because you can spend a couple hours and play through DD2 or a couple hours play through DD1, you know, whatever it actually the time is, I don't know. And you'd get rewards. Make them reusable, because after you beat them twice, there's no reason to play them, right? I guess in these later ones you can get frames around your face and stuff, but... Alright, much love, stay healthy. I hope you're enjoying these events. definitely get your Spider Punk because rock and roll is king, baby.